Lexington just received a seven-figure federal grant to expand the city's recycling program. WKYT's Jeremy Toms talked with an environmental initiative specialist for the city to learn more about the impact this money will have.
The EPA recently awarded Lexington $1.8 million that will serve the city in multiple ways.
This grant will really help us not only recycling more types of items, but more volume as well.
Lauren Monahan says that money will fund new equipment that will grow this list of plastics that they accept.
Straws, some car parts, toys, that kind of plastic.
Also found in margarine and yogurt tubs, polypropylene, or plastic number 5, is what will soon be recyclable, helping to generate more money for the city.
A lot of this is focusing on creating a circular economy.
Monahan says upgrades to current equipment will allow them to get a better market rate when they sell off those recycled goods.
Bolstering our sorting efforts, which will allow for more recycled feedstock to be available to businesses to use in post-consumer recycled products.
And she notes these changes benefit Berea, Georgetown, and around a dozen other central Kentucky communities, which may not have their own facilities of this kind.
We just partner with them and we have an agreement and they can bring their stuff to us. So recycling as a whole regionally is really going to get a big boost here in the next few years.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Well, Monahan says to remember that this will not all happen right away. It could take up to a year to get the new equipment up and running. So she reminds people in Lexington, don't recycle those plastic tubs and those straws, things like that, just yet.